In this video, we will review database concepts and the key features of a relational database. In addition, you will also learn the basics of an entity relationship diagram. What is a database? A database is an organized store of data on a computer system. It enables you to retrieve, add, modify, and delete data in the store whenever required. To understand the concept of a relational database, let us consider a scenario in which you are a database administrator at a software development company called Aura IT. The company has 1,000 employees working across different departments. As a database administrator, your goal is to ensure that employee records are maintained efficiently. What tools can you use to achieve your goal? One of the tools you can use to maintain employee records is a spreadsheet application. In the beginning, you can enter all employee information in the spreadsheet. This is a time-consuming process. All the data is stored in a single file with very little room for manipulating the data. For example, if you want to update certain records, it could be a very tedious task. Consider a situation in which Aura IT has decided to change a department name from accounting to accounts payable. If a spreadsheet application is being used to maintain employee records, you will need to manually locate all employees belonging to the accounting department and update the department name to accounts payable. The manual process is prone to errors and could result in data inconsistencies. Therefore, a spreadsheet application is not an efficient method to manage data. A better method is to use a relational database. A relational database enables you to store data in a much more organized and structured way than a spreadsheet. Moreover, a relational database system enables you to maintain data programmatically rather than manually. Data can be stored in a database object called table, which contains multiple records. Each record is characterized by a fixed number of attributes, and these attributes are common for all the records. For example, you can store employee records in an employee table. Each record has attributes such as employee ID, employee name, department ID, hire date, and so on. You can have a separate table for department with attributes such as department ID, department name, location, etc. You can have yet more tables for entities such as jobs, locations, countries, and so on. Now, if you want to update the department name, you just need to update it once in the departments table. The change will be reflected in the employees table because of the relation between the two tables through department ID attribute, which is a foreign key in the employees table. To enable security for your data, you can enable or restrict access to multiple users through a database management system. One example of a relational database is Oracle Database 12c. With its latest technology, you can efficiently manage different types of applications and advanced data. You can also plug into Oracle Cloud and manage all the database services on the cloud. Let us take a closer look at a sample employees table. A single row or a tuple represents all the data required for a particular employee. A column represents one kind of data in a table. The employee number identifies a unique employee in the employees table. In this example, the employee ID column is designated as the primary key. A primary key must contain a value, and the value must be unique. Each table can have only one primary key. The department number column is also a foreign key. A foreign key is a column that defines how tables relate to each other. A foreign key refers to a primary key or a unique key in the same table or in another table. In this example, department ID uniquely identifies a department in the departments table. A field can be found at the intersection of a row and a column. There can be only one value in it. A field may have no value in it. This is called a null value. These were some of the key features of a database table. Hence, using a relational database enables you to avoid duplication of data, ensure consistency by modifying, inserting, or deleting data easily, protect sensitive data from unauthorized access. By now, you may have understood that the starting point for a robust database is an effective database design. To create good database designs, you can use entity relationship or ER diagrams. The ER diagram is an illustration of the information required in a database so that it meets the needs of a business. Let us map the terminology used in an ER model to a relational database. In the ER diagram, an entity translates to a database table, an attribute translates to a column in a table, and a relationship translates to a foreign key in relational database terminology. Now, let us look at some examples where a relational database is put into effective use across various industries. Airline reservation system that stores customer travel information, bank systems that store customer information and enable transactions such as debit and credit of funds, human resource systems that store employee records, educational institutions to maintain student records and academic data. In general, we can conclude that relational databases are used in almost every sector where data needs to be managed. In this video, you learned the basic concepts of a database and relational database systems. You also learned the basics of an ER diagram. In the next video, we will review some of the database storage terminology. Thank you for watching.